Report on the progress of the match. Vietnam 2-0 Indonesia, Golden Dragon shows strength, Tien Lin finishes the opponent. Vietnam tel won 2-0 against Indonesia to win a ticket to the final of AF Cup 2022. Tien Lin played brilliantly with a beautiful double. As a substitute for Van Ton in the first leg, but in the second leg at home, Tan Tai returned to the starting lineup as a right back. In addition, Vietnam tel also has two changes compared to the first leg. Du Man and Van Duke must make way for Tan Chung and Tuan Hai. On the other side of the line, Indonesia has only one change in the starting lineup compared to the last match when Sadil Ramdhani replaced Rahmat Irian Tug. In the first leg, Vietnam and Indonesia drew 0-0. According to the rules, if the two teams draw 0-0, within 90 minutes, the two teams will go to extra time. The away goals rule does not apply to these two extra periods. First, the game begins. In the first half, Vietnam tel is the ones who are entitled to serve the ball. Coach Park Hang-seo's students were very excited when they entered the game, promising an explosive match right at My Dinh Stadium. 3. Inu. Right in the third minute of the match, Hong Dung threw a long pass in the home field for Tien Lin to ice up, and after a delicate ball handling phase, the main striker of Vietnam tel hit the Indonesian net. Great, excellent, wonderful. 10. Although there was a goal to open the score, Vietnam tel still constantly increased its attack power. Meanwhile, Indonesia is still at an impasse in regaining the game. The away team broke the plan to play defensively after being hit by Tien Lin in the third minute. 12th. Vietnam tel plays football with high speed. Tuan Hai, Hoang Duc, Quang Hai constantly tormented the Indonesian defense with speed and mischievous ball handling. With a 1-0 lead, Vietnam tel has many calculations for the remaining time of the match. 24. Indonesia is trying to organize an attack. After the arrangement of the free kick on the left wing, the players of both teams had a collision. Midfielder Tien Dung received a yellow card after arguing with an opponent player. Vietnamese players need to be very calm before Indonesia's cunning and fierceness. 29. Do not enter. Vietnam tel enjoyed a free kick from a distance of 30 m. Defender Van Hao launched a powerful left foot shot and bound the Indonesian goalkeeper, but unfortunately the ball went narrowly across the post. 34. Extremely clean. Indonesia gave up human football and cooled down with Van Hao after a collision on the left flank. Van Hao was in great pain after being hit by the opponent's blow. The Vietnamese players reacted very strongly to the violent way of kicking the opponent's player. 35. After colliding with Van Hao, Asnawi stepped on Van Hao's body. The referee showed a yellow card to the defender of Indonesia. Coach Park Hang-seo got up and reacted to the referee because he thought it was necessary to draw a red card in this situation. 37. Van Hao just received a yellow card after stopping Asnawi. These two players constantly collided with each other on the left flank of Vietnam. The home players need to be calm before the opponent's provocation. 45. The first half of the match only had 3 minutes of injury time. Indonesia is still deadlocked in the phase of the ball, while Vietnam tel is active in the game with the advantage of one goal led by Tien Lin. 45 feet plus 3 inches. The first half ended with a score of 1-0 in favor of Vietnam. With this score, Vietnam tel is holding a huge advantage in winning tickets to the final. In general, in the first half, the home team played well, creating many dangerous opportunities, and Indonesia was very stuck in attack and did not create any significant waves on Van Lam's goal. 46. Round 2 begins. Both teams have not had any personnel changes. Vietnam tel is maintaining a solid position. 48. Andua. From the corner kick on the left wing, Tianlin bounced high to hit Indonesia's net. This is Tianlin's second goal in this match. Couldn't be more wonderful. 54. Do not enter. Tianlin continued to threaten the Indonesian goal with a very strong shot but did not go into the opponent's net. Tianlin is playing very sublime. From the beginning of the tournament until now, Tianlin has scored 5 goals and leveled with Dangda of Thailand. These are the two players who are leading the list of AF Cup's top scorers in 2022. 58. Danger. Van Hao just had a long pass for Tuan Hai to come down to face the opponent's goalkeeper. Unfortunately, Tuan Hai's shot did not beat the Indonesian goalkeeper. So sorry. 61. Quang Hai almost scored. After the corner kick was organized, the ball reached Quang Hai's feet and the Hanoi midfielder swung his shot right away, but the ball went wide of the Indonesian goal. If that ball is successful, Quang Hai will create a very beautiful masterpiece. 72. Van Duke and Tan Bin were introduced to replace Tianlin and Tan Chung. Coach Park Hang-seo is withdrawing the pillar to the field to keep his strength for the next match. With the advantage of leading 2 goals, Vietnam Tel is approaching the ticket to the final. 90. Do not enter. Quang Hai has just had a skillful handling phase, surpassing the Indonesian defender, but unfortunately his shot was saved by the excellent Indonesian goalkeeper. 90+1. Continuing the change of people of the Vietnamese team when coach Park Hang-seo withdrew Quang Hai to the field to launch Van Ton. Vietnam Tel wants to preserve its forces to prepare for the final. 90 feet plus 5 inches. Timeout. Vietnam Tel won 2-0 against Indonesia to win the first ticket to the final of AF Cup 2022. Tianlin scored a brace to help Vietnam Tel win jubilantly against the opponent. Vietnam vs Indonesia Force information. Mr. Shin Tae-yong's ambiguity about the injury of goalkeeper Nadio Argaonata is finally clear. This keeper played the full 90 minutes in the first leg semi-final and there was no sign of any residual injury. According to information from Indonesian media, coach Shin Tae-yong was fully equipped during the march to My Dinh Stadium. For Vietnam Tel, despite being under scrutiny after more aggressive tackles than necessary, Van Hao has not received any fines so far. Meanwhile, Van Ton and Hong Dung were given a yellow card during their trip to the semi-finals last leg. However, both are still eligible to play in this second leg and will only be suspended if they receive one more yellow card and Vietnam won tickets to the final. In other words, both Vietnam and Indonesia have preserved the strongest force so far. It is positive information to hope for a quality match. Expected lineups: Vietnam vs Indonesia. Vietnam, Van Lam, Du Man, Ngoc Hai, Tien Dung, Van Hao, Quang Hai, Hoang Duc, Hong Dung, Tan Tai, Tien Lin, Van Duc. Indonesia, Nadio Argaonata, Rizky Ridho, Asna'i Mangkualam, Pratama Arhan, Fakhruddin Ariantu, Jordi Amat, Jakob Sayuri, Rahmat Iriantu, Mas Lino Ferdinand, Mark Klock, Dendi Sulistiawan.